most dog trainers and decoys are sport dog enthusiasts who have never deployed a dog in any real life situation. Then you go to them with your puppy or adult dog expecting them to help you turn that dog into a protection dog, and then the results don't work out. Now I'm going to give you the 3 main mistakes protection dogs trainers make. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to give you some extra tips you can do with your puppy or adult dog that will help you in becoming a protection dog. The first mistake they make is conditioning your puppy to become a prey junkie. Now there's nothing wrong with developing prey drive. It is actually the fundamental of developing a dog. The problem is that this conditioning can get to an extreme level where the decoys or trainers are getting these puppies and young dogs and encouraging them to be almost obsessed about the prey equipment, pillow or jute toy, and they get to a point where the puppies are even sleeping on these pieces of equipment. They get so obsessive and possessive about it. The reason why these things are easily happening these days, more so than in the past, is that many breeders are breeding their dogs for particular sports. So they're not really producing and breeding for a balanced puppy or balanced dog, they're breeding for super highly prey orientated dogs. So what do I mean by a balanced dog? A balanced dog should be able to live amongst your home with your family and have visitors around, and your dog should be comfortable around them and suitable in any situation. You should be able to also take that dog out and bring that dog anywhere you like, and the dog should be solid, stable, and be able to interact in the environments in a suitable way without any issues. Now, a balanced dog should also be aware of any suspicious people and threats made towards you and your family. Unfortunately, these days, because of the types of sports that are popular, most breeders have been moving away from that balanced dog and trying to produce that ultra puppies and dogs which don't see no threats, don't see no suspicious situations, and are basically dumbed down dogs in a certain way, so the dogs are unaware of anything that is threatening. Now these super highly prey orientated dogs, they can do fantastic things on the sports ground. The problem you have with them is that you can be in situations and these dogs just do not recognize danger or a threat. You can have a burglar come to your home, your dog won't see them in any suspicious or threatening manner, and the person can come in your home, steal whatever they like, and even take your dog. And unfortunately, most of these dog trainers and decoys are unaware of what it takes to be a proper protection dog, and they just reinforce the type of behaviors that you should not be doing with these types of dogs or these types of puppies. Another mistake that these decoys and these dog trainers are making, they want to be your dog's best pal, so they focus so much on developing that relationship with your dog and your puppy that your dog is being stroked, hugged, rolled around and caressed by the decoy. And it's not just one decoy, it's another decoy, another trainer comes along. So in essence, your dog's best friend now, your dog is in love with the decoy. He sees your decoy and he's wagging his tail, he's getting so excited because he thinks he's going to have a fun time with that decoy, because that's what it's all about. It's one big game. The seriousness of protection work, protection dog training has kind of gone to one side, because some of these decoys and trainers have never actually used their dog in protection work. Don't get me wrong, over the last few decades I've competed with several different protection sport dogs, but a balanced dog should be able to compete in protection work as well as in the sports. However, it may not compete and do so well in the sports as an extreme prey orientated animal. I've also deployed my dogs in several different real life situations which were really life threatening for me and the dog, but it's also important to have a fully fledged working dog to do the job, which is why I'm giving advice today. The third mistake a lot of these modern dog trainers make, not training your dog outside of their training facility. Your dog's so used to that facility, as soon as your dog turns up there, your dog's expected to do bite work. Now for an effective protection dog that you want to be alert and active and be able to work in any environment, you need to be training them in a variety of settings and different places, whether that be at your home, the park, when you're walking your dog to the cash point. Your dog should be trained or conditioned to be able to work anywhere. Therefore, working your dog in different environments and under different scenarios is an important key to having a solid personal protection dog. Even before you do any kind of protection dog training and working your dog in different locations and places, you want your dog to be comfortable and stable in any environment. Therefore, bringing your dog to these different locations, whether it's a supermarket, shopping centres, underground where your car is parked, you want to be bringing your dog to as many different locations and settings as possible, so your dog expects it just to be a normal location, a normal place where your dog can just be comfortable, and eventually you can start doing training situations and scenarios in such locations. Your dog should be able to work in any location. Another thing that's quite important for your decoy or trainers to do is to work on your dog's suspicion and to be alert and aware of danger. These things can be triggered in a training situation without any dog equipment and learn to work on command. It's important that your dog is also trained and conditioned to work on covert, which is undercover sleeves, working a muzzle to defensive or civil drives. Definitely some civil agitation going with your dog, whether there's equipment there or not. It's important for your dog to get training sessions with a number of different types of people, whether it's male, female, younger and older. You know, it's good to get a variety. One of the things I like to do with my particular dogs is not always use professional dog trainers and decoys, is actually have civilians agitate them in certain situations. As long as you keep the framework and everything safe, you're using the right equipment and location, the dog can sometimes pick up that these individuals are actually fearful and behave in such a way which might be a little bit more normal than what a dog person may behave in such a way because of the body language and so forth. And that brings me to my next tip, is that when you're training decoys, whether it's a personal decoy trainer, is that they've got to try not be using such elaborate body language, using too much equipment, whips, shouting and acting a certain way. Sometimes to actually act like they're normal, and sometimes even passive, working your dog in a passive way so it can use its aggression without someone being so elaborate, or whether you're just sitting at a bar, your dog is there and you can be around people that you know. Sometimes the situation ain't going to be always dramatic that your dog's going to be aware of. Now I could give you several more different tips about how to raise your dog and pull it up, but I'm actually going to do a video about how to raise a protection dog. So if that's something that interests you and you want to see more of my content, just subscribe, click the bell to get a notification of my next up and coming videos.